Nom Nom Show, your new food best friend, and we'll be traveling and enjoying the beautiful, sunny Edinburgh. Sunny, well, normally not, but today it is. It's a lucky day. We're going to be visiting Kilted Donuts. They have some amazing donuts in there. I've heard some amazing things, and we're going to be enjoying it together. Let's go. Oop, there we go. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic. Everything looks phenomenal. So, what do we have here? So,
These ones here are all our filled ones. Do you want me to talk you through them all? Yeah?
yes, please.
So this one here is Mutiny. So it's got a coconut cream inside, a chocolate glaze, and then toasted desiccated coconut.
Oh, that sounds
on top.
amazing.
Yeah. This one here, Cafe Noisette, is hazelnut and coffee. It tastes like a hazelnut latte. So it's got coffee cream in the middle, a hazelnut glaze, and then an espresso drizzle. This the hazelnut glaze is my favorite. It's so good.
It sounds like an edible
It's
cafe
yeah.
from Starbucks almost, isn't it?
This one here, the Boston cream, has a vanilla custard inside,
I love
and then a
Boston
chocolate glaze on top. This one here, the Cranachan, this is based on a traditional Scottish dessert.
Okay.
So it's got sweet cream in the middle, and then it's a raspberry glaze made with fresh raspberries each day, and then it's got honey roasted oats on the top.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
And then we've also got the jam one, which is filled, and this is our vegan filled one, so it's got strawberry jam in it.
That's
today.
amazing. And you guys make everything here on the place?
Our bakery's about 20 minutes away,
Okay.
but our bakers work overnight, and then they deliver them fresh every morning, so everything's fresh
So
every day.
good for us, slightly bad for them.
Yeah.
Poor guys, they don't really get to rest much.
Well, rather than me, I'm not a night person, so.
So I know I would absolutely love to try the Scottish one, that Grassmarket
Yeah.
one. The Mutiny sounds exceptional. And of course, a Boston cream one would be exceptional to try as well.
And the Boston cream as well.
Now, what are these cake donuts? Tell me a little bit about those as well, please. They look a bit smaller.
Yeah, they're a little bit smaller. So these ones are our non-gluten containing. So we don't say gluten-free just because there is chance of cross-contamination
Of
with
course.
donuts here. But they're made in their own separate fryer, and they're made first, so they're about as safe as they can be. But they're a little bit different. So it's more of a cake texture than a donut, but we still fry them like a donut.
Okay, so how do they make it a bit more cakey?
It's just so the donuts are yeast based, whereas these aren't yeast based.
I see, so they're not let to rest, so they're kept a little bit more condensed, so less area. I see.
So they are a little bit smaller, but they're just as tasty. And there's a couple of different flavors. So the batter itself has nutmeg and cinnamon fruit, so it's lightly spiced. And then there's a cinnamon sugar one at this side. And then we've got a vanilla glaze, maple pecan, and espresso. And this has got chocolate curls on the top as well.
I think I would want to go for the pecan one for sure. That one sounds exceptional. So let's go with that one. Okay, so now that we have our donuts, I'm going to go through them one by one, tell you guys what I think about it, how they are. I mean, they are being made fresh by their bakers that are working overnight, which is phenomenal. I mean, gotta enjoy it and appreciate it. So let's start with this one. So this is the Boston cream one. This is the one that I've been dying for the most, purely because as a child I used to eat a lot of donuts. I was a big kid, and of course when you eat a lot of donuts, Boston cream is one of the most common ones you get. So let's take a big bite. Now when you look inside, the cream is quite thick. It's dense, it's sweet, but not over sweet. The dough is so fluffy and airy. And of course the glaze. I love it when you can just press on the glaze and it just breaks. I love that. Normally I was going to take one bite, but yeah. That's what I say, a good donut. This is the low gluten one, the cake style one. What I wanted to do is actually give it a cut because it's supposed to be a bit more dense since it is not left with yeast to see. The texture. Yeah, you can see it's significantly more cakey, a lot more dense. Let's take a big bite. This is the pecan one. First thing you get is the cinnamon and the cardamom. You get those nice spices. It's not as sweet as you think. That glaze adds that sweetness that compensates for the cinnamony earthiness that you get from the cardamom. Texture-wise, it's quite dense, it's quite thick. When you get a bite, you feel that big bite. This, with some nice coffee or some chai latte, that's the way forward for that one for sure. Exceptional. This one I'm going to leave to last, because that is the Scottish one with the fresh raspberry glaze. So, here we have the one with the coconut cream. Now, I love cream donuts. I find them always a little bit more light compared to other donuts. After all, cream itself is not going to be too sweet. Now, when they say coconut cream, I'm not sure if it's because of it's made from the coconut milk or if there's coconuts in the cream. We're going to find out in a moment when I make a mess. But that is a big donut. You can see that they jam-packed it. That is very light. I really like the fact that there is roasted coconuts on the top and not roasted. It gives you a bit of a different in flavor. The roasted coconut makes it feel a little bit more earthy to my liking. And the cream inside is so generous. You can see that it's bulging on the bottom from the amount of cream that was packed inside of it, and it's so airy. I would eat that cream with a spoon any day, all day, every day. And I'm going to do it behind the camera because embarrassing for people to watch me do that. Now, last one, this is the more Scottish one. This one has the honey roast oats on the top. They have the fresh raspberry glaze. And I mean, when you look at it, it's in your face. You want to try this one for sure. Once again, these are hefty, hefty donuts. It would be quite difficult to eat more than 2 of these. So let's try. I'm gonna go from the middle because I want to try a bit of both. That raspberry glaze has the tiniest bit of acidity, but also adds that freshness. Honey oats are quite strong in flavor, in texture, and it's quite sweet. So it is a fantastic contrast that you get with it, which really adds to the whole experience. I'm going to take another bite because I couldn't get much of the cream on that one. Cream is very light. It's very airy compared to the one with the coconut. It's very different. Coconut cream was a little bit more in the stronger end of the spectrum, a little bit more sweet, a little bit more coconutty, naturally. With this one, it is a little bit more light. It almost tastes more just whipped and just put in there to soften the things because the honey oats are quite sweet. So it creates that nice contrast. So there's a fantastic game of contrast here, and I understand why they're saying this one is their best seller. Now, to wrap up, what do we think? Flavors exceptional. Everything is so fresh. You can taste it's fresh. You can tell that this was made some point today. The cake one is an interesting concept. I like that it is the less gluten version, as they describe it. It is an interesting idea. I personally prefer the donuts to be more airy, and I'm less of a cake and more of a donut kind of guy. My winner, I'm sure you can guess it, is the Boston cream. I absolutely love Boston cream. I'd give it a total 9.5 out of 10 to that Boston cream. That Scottish one with the raspberry glaze, it's very interesting. It's very sweet on one side, it's very relaxed on the other side, and it's a bit of everything. You can have one bite sweet, one bite a bit more chill, less sweet. Overall, I would say that one is a total 9. The coconut one was insanely good. I would give that one a total 9. I did like there to be a little bit more coconut in there, but the flavor and the way it works, the sweetness, it all combines well together, and it's very smooth and creamy, and the cream inside is very nice. And the cake one, the flavors are fantastic. Overall though, I find it a bit more dense, and I do prefer things to be less dense. That one would need a drink with it. You can't just have one or eat 2 of them alone. I would say that one is going to be a solid 8. So I will be looking forward to the day that we have it here together.